we are all driven by really different things, right? Some of us seek status with a fancy car, a fancy spouse, or even a fancy self, while others of us seek self-enlightenment and expansion of consciousness to be a better human, kinder to the planet or kinder to self. But me, as far back as I can remember, all I wanted to be was different. Right? I wanted to look differently, feel differently, emote and move differently. Anything than to be this, right? I wanted to fit. I wanted to be seen. I wanted to be picked. I would have done anything, paid anything, listened to anyone to be different. So what do we do when we cannot tolerate who we are? Right? When we've internalized all those messages, the direct ones, right? You're too much. You're too direct, you're too opinionated, you're too needy, you're too dramatic, you're too sensitive. And those nuanced, indirect messages, right? The look on a parent's face when you get a B, not being picked for Red Rover until the end. There's a lot of people in here. You all don't know what Red Rover is, but it was a playground game in the 70s. But being picked last for Red Rover is by default. You're not even picked. Or when Sister Jane grabbed the masking tape one more time to put over this, that's a really direct message, actually. So what do you do with all of that? What do? You go to therapy, don't you? Woo! And that's exactly what I did. I loved my first therapist, Madeline. I was 20 years old. She saw all of my things. We all have a lot of things. She even saw things that I didn't know I had. She stayed with me through graduate school and my big move from Madison to San Francisco. I got to Northern California and decided to do the self-help route because I was now in the epicenter of the woo, right? I drummed, I chanted, I journaled, I 12-stepped. I created sacred altars in magical woods. And I went to more wellness retreats and workshops and did more drumming, more chanting, more journaling than I can even remember. But it still wasn't enough, so I got back on the couch. I loved Madeline. I hated Sharon. I know some of you hated your therapist and you can't leave. I couldn't leave her. She was cold. She looked at me with a blank face, and I'm thinking, this is not psychoanalysis. Talk to me, see me, fucking pick me. And she would sometimes cock her head like my golden retriever does when he doesn't know a command, right? This was Sharon's face for 3 years. I had no idea how to leave. And to be completely honest, full transparency, I didn't tell my truth. I did not let her see me. I was too worried about being nice, fuck nice, right? I was worried about being nice. I didn't want to hurt her feelings, but it took me 3 years to leave her. I didn't want her to think I was too crazy to be a therapist. I am a therapist, by the way. But I didn't want her to think I couldn't be. So I said nothing and watched her head and stayed 3 years. It was a very expensive lesson in being assertive. From Sharon, I went to Maureen. She was fine. We all have therapists that are fine. She was fine. But after Maureen came Teresa Rousseau, she had the good office on Clement Street, for those of you that know San Francisco. Big light, lots of plants and crystals, because this was the Bay Area, lots of crystals. For Teresa, I took off my masks. We all wear so many masks to function in our life, don't we? To fit in, to be seen, to blend. Teresa got me through the early years of my marriage, the turbulent years, the ponderings of divorce, my first child, my second child at 41. We only stopped working together because I moved to Colorado, the suburbs of Denver. Awful for me, really good for the kids. I soon picked up another therapist, Cindy Doherty, loved her. But you know, moving to a new state with all of your same things doesn't save a marriage, because wherever you go, there you are. I don't know who said that, but right, wherever you go, there you are. And there I was with Cindy, right? She got me through the divorce and then helped me figure out how to tell my Catholic immigrant parents that I was now dating a woman, was going to marry that woman, and when that woman decided to leave me and the kids for somebody better. She got me through the worst despair of my life. And then all of a sudden, one day, she said to me, Mary, we're done. I was like, what? She fired me. I was fired from therapy, but I wasn't done. So one day, my friend came to me and said, Mary, are you curious about how psychedelic medicine helps people with anxiety and trauma? I'm like, hello. Who hadn't read Michael Pollan's book or did a little microdosing during camping? So I was curious, because this in my head was never quiet. Could this help me shut her up? Stop carrying the things that were never mine to carry in the first place. So I trusted my friend. I showed up. I was open. I let curiosity lead. And I can tell you today that I found my voice, I got my wings, right? And she is evicted. So today, at 60 years old, I am no longer driven to be someone else. Thank you.